Chapter 6: Authority. Directed Deference. People often obey without thinking when authority is present. A uniform, a title, or a confident tone can replace judgment. A man followed instructions from someone in a lab coat, even when the request felt wrong. A driver slowed instantly when a police uniform appeared, without questioning why. A patient agreed to treatment because the doctor spoke confidently. A customer accepted advice because the speaker introduced himself as an expert. A student obeyed instructions more quickly when given by a strict teacher. A worker stayed silent in a meeting because the manager spoke first. A shopper trusted a product after seeing a person in a white coat endorse it. A child listened more carefully when a voice sounded firm and authoritative. A waiter followed a rude request because it came from the restaurant owner. A soldier followed orders even when confused because rank demanded obedience. A person signed documents without reading after seeing official stamps. A customer paid extra because the seller claimed certification. A driver followed hand signals from someone wearing a safety vest. A patient ignored doubts when medical terms were used confidently. A student accepted a wrong answer because it came from the instructor. A customer trusted a mechanic wearing a uniform over one in casual clothes. A person stopped questioning when told, "This is policy." A worker stayed late because the request came from upper management. A buyer trusted a recommendation labeled "expert approved." A child stopped misbehaving when an authority figure entered the room. A citizen complied with instructions after hearing a commanding voice. A customer waited patiently because an official sign said so. A patient followed advice without asking for explanation. A person felt foolish questioning someone with credentials. A crowd obeyed directions from someone holding a clipboard. A worker followed unsafe rules because a supervisor insisted. A shopper assumed quality after seeing awards on a wall. A person deferred judgment to someone with a title. Each example follows the same pattern. Authority shortens thinking. People are trained early to obey those in charge. This habit keeps society functioning, but it has risks. Authority can guide or mislead. When symbols replace evidence, mistakes grow. Confidence can hide ignorance. Uniforms can silence doubt. The chapter does not argue against authority. It warns against blind obedience. Respect should not cancel thinking. Awareness restores balance. When you pause to question authority, influence weakens. Because true authority welcomes understanding, not silence. A hospital patient agreed to a risky procedure because the doctor spoke quickly and confidently. A man followed financial advice after seeing framed degrees on the wall. A shopper ignored cheaper options when a salesperson claimed expert training. A worker accepted blame because a supervisor stated it firmly. A student stopped questioning when the professor frowned. A customer trusted a fake expert wearing a lab coat. A driver obeyed traffic directions from someone holding a whistle. A person stood in line longer because an official sign demanded it. A buyer accepted a contract after being told it was standard policy. A child apologized immediately when a strict voice intervened. A client followed bad advice because the consultant used technical language. A shopper bought medicine recommended by a person in uniform. A worker followed unsafe instructions to avoid challenging authority. A patient took medication without asking about side effects. A customer felt embarrassed questioning a confident expert. A group followed instructions from the loudest voice. A trainee copied mistakes because the trainer insisted. A person trusted a false warning from someone with a badge. A young man once entered a hospital for a routine checkup. A doctor spoke quickly, using complex terms and never paused for questions. Although the patient felt uneasy, he nodded and agreed to everything. Later, he realized he never understood what he had consented to. The white coat had done the persuading. In another case, employees were told to follow a new company policy. The rule made little sense and slowed their work. Still, no one objected because it came from upper management. Weeks passed before anyone admitted it was a mistake. Authority delayed common sense. A man hired a financial advisor after seeing certificates on the wall. He never checked results or experience. The advisor spoke confidently and used professional language. The advice failed badly But trust had come from symbols, not proof. During an emergency drill, a calm voice gave incorrect directions. People followed it without hesitation. Those who noticed the mistake stayed silent, fearing embarrassment. The authority of the voice outweighed personal judgment. A student once challenged an incorrect answer in class. The teacher dismissed the concern confidently. The student doubted himself and stayed quiet. Only later did the textbook confirm the student was right. Authority had overwritten truth. In a workplace accident, a supervisor ordered workers to continue. Several noticed safety risks but complied anyway. No one wanted to be seen as difficult. The accident that followed was preventable. Obedience replaced responsibility. A customer entered a store comparing two identical products. One was recommended by a salesperson labeled as a specialist. The customer chose it without further thought. The label mattered more than the fact. In court, a witness doubted their own memory after firm questioning. The official tone made their confidence collapse. They adjusted their story to match authority. Certainty shifted not because of truth, but pressure. A group followed a leader during a crisis. The leader appeared confident, but lacked information. No one questioned the plan. Confidence created calm, but not correctness. A patient ignored clear side effects because the doctor minimized them. Asking questions felt disrespectful. Trust replaced inquiry. Authority shaped silence. Each story reveals the same danger. Authority reduces thinking. Symbols replace evidence. Confidence replaces verification. The chapter does not reject authority. It warns against surrendering judgment to it. Authority is useful when paired with accountability. It is dangerous when it silences doubt. Awareness restores balance. Questioning does not mean disrespect. It means responsibility. When you pause to evaluate authority, influence weakens, and thinking returns.